비트코인이 세상의 모습을 드러낸 2009년 이후 불과 10년밖에 지나지 않았지만 블록체인과 암호화폐는 각국의 경제 시스템을 송두리째 뒤바꿀 기세입니다. 스웨덴 출신으로 지난 10년간 유럽과 중국에서 암호화폐 거래소를 여는 데 관여했고 스위스 추크시와 몰타 등에서 크립토 전문가 및 투자자로 활동하고 있는 지미 자오 씨를 지난 1월 초 만나봤습니다.
In my opinion, there's no two crypto markets. There's only one crypto market, but it's not going very well this year. If you see from the beginning of the year, the Bitcoin price, entire crypto market has shrunk down pretty much to its 80% at its peak. So it's quite tough for the industry. In my opinion, there's three reasons for that. The first one is there's no legal clarity. For example, still a lot of countries regard cryptocurrency as illegal trading. If in China, Chinese Central Authority says the RMB and crypto are not going to get traded. And the US SEC also had cracking down a lot of ICOs, which caused a lot of panic. So people have panic, they're start selling their crypto. And second of all, I think is the technology breakthrough. Since beginning of 2017, people started investing a lot into crypto space. All these companies got a lot of money due to the ICO. But what happens, they fail to deliver the promised result towards investors. And so we don't really see any real breakthrough. It's like we don't see any app stores happening in this space. We don't see iPhone coming out of the crypto space. So we need a killer application which really stands out. There's nothing happening. So people are getting tired of this. And the last point is also because it's like a snowball effect. Because the crypto price keeps falling down, and most of the crypto fund, like investors like myself, I stopped investing since February. I believe BITHA has a really unique position because first of all, they are partnered up with one of the biggest exchange in the world, ZB.com, which kind of strengthened their positions in the Korean market because behind them is one of the largest exchange in the world, and the technology is supporting, and also they got a liquidity support from them. Mr. Lee, I know him very well. He has a global network, which means he can really bring a lot of qualified project from Europe, from US market, and get it traded in Korea. If you look at back the history, like Bitcoin, the entire crypto market has emerged since 2009. So Bitcoin was the first generation, let's call it that way. It's basically a peer-to-peer digital currency, which has been around for 10 years. And it has never been hacked. And Bitcoin as itself, the exchange got hacked, but Bitcoin is there for 10 years, which running like a normal currency. And so then the awareness around Bitcoin has already gone up. Like more people now know Bitcoin. And before, 5 years ago, you asked people, maybe many less people know what is Bitcoin. And it's then in around 2015, the Ethereum network has started emerging. What is Ethereum? Most people don't know. Is more if you think about like an Apple Store, right? So what Ethereum enables is that the network enabled the developers start to create their own application on top of Ethereum network. So that means you can create your own currencies. You can create a decentralized application on top of blockchain. Which really opened up the doors for the decentralized world. But the problem facing right now is really like, if you imagine you want to build a house, you need to have a really solid foundation, right? If the foundation is not solid, the house will collapse in 6 months from now. And what I see right now is really, it's a beginning of the decentralization application. That means a lot of energy should focus on the foundation, which is the operating system, which is the very early stage. If you look at internet, you cannot, for example, you cannot create a Facebook back in 1992. simply because there's no technology supporting it. It's the same situation as today. People jump too quick. They just come in and want to create this big dream and so on, but they're standing on a sand. It's not a solid foundation. So in my opinion, all the ICO bubble has bursted simply because it promised too much, and the technology is not there yet. And so therefore, I think the focus of this market still is to keep building the foundations. I keep solving these two problems: scalability of Ethereum network and the speed of transaction. If these can be solved in a good way, either EOS is a promising one, but it's more centralized, and there's Definity and all other networks coming up this 2019, which I'm looking forward to. If these really create a solid foundation, I can see the prosperity of application on top of it. And then we can talk about industries, like which industry is going to get disrupted first, which industry is going to follow. But I still believe the key issue for blockchain industry right now is to fix the foundation, fix the honor layer protocol, like make it scalable, make it work. I've been very actively in both Crypto Valley, and which is in Switzerland. Zug is a small town there. People call it Crypto Valley because there are crypto companies. For example, Ethereum found their foundation first of all in Zug. So they are very aggressive on the crypto from beginning. But then they got cracking down. The banking industry is not allowing them to grow that much. So then I flew myself down to Malta. So I met with Maltese government and officials and so on. What I found out is quite interesting in Malta is their government really started creating a legal framework around crypto. So if you compare, so why it's so unique is if you compare Malta with other jurisdictions, other jurisdictions try to map whatever existing financial legal framework. For example, the trading laws, MTF, all these licenses, they try to map into the crypto. But crypto is so unique. You cannot say crypto is equals to any one of those. So the government of Malta came up with a very brand new legal framework specifically for crypto. There's 3 bills passed in July this year. Basically, the government more or less like a startup now. So because for them, the regulation around crypto is like a startup for them. So the government is trying to learn, actually even talk with our companies, say, what do you need? How do we regulate? So when I work in Malta, I feel they have this open door policy. So I can easily go and talk to the regulators, ask questions. I say, why you want this, why you want that? It's become a dialogue. So the government become a startup as well. So to learn what is new in this crypto space, how do we best regulate it? So that we don't create a problem. We don't actually kill this industry by too much regulation, or we don't let it loose so that people can like become a criminal activity. So I think what Korean government can learn is like since already. There are so many countries are starting doing crypto regulation. For example, in Asia, you have Japan. Also, they have some sort of regulation around crypto. You have Singapore, is become an ICO hub of the entire world. And in Europe, you have Malta. You have a small country called Liechtenstein, which focuses on more on security tokenization. And so the current government can actually look at these jurisdictions, like how they are doing it. Then you can come out with your own conclusion, like what is good, what is bad. So I think that's just like, it's actually a good position. Don't be sometimes you don't want to be the first one, but you can be the second one and actually create a better regulation around it. Because I've been an entrepreneur for almost 10 years. I create company and exit and so on. So what I realize is like, for a startup, it's early on, a lot of people tend to think how to make the business grow bigger and scale. Actually, what they forgot about is actually the most important question is like your business. Can your business deliver any value to any people? Because a lot of startups they tend to dream big, but they forgot the fundamentals. Like really, because what I call is like, can you do things don't scale? In a sense, that means can you create a product? You just satisfy this one person, make his life better, solve a big problem for this guy. If you cannot even solve this one person problem, don't think about solving problem for 100 people. So what I found out is like a lot of startups fail because they're too fast. So they haven't really the product hasn't really solved a single problem, but they think about they go out there and market, spend money on marketing, spend money on getting people on board. Then when people come here, they realize, okay, this product has no value to me. Then they left. So they waste the money to market themselves. So it's very important to create this, what I call the aha moment. What is the aha moment? It's like when you create a product, when you sell services, you want to make your customer realize, aha, this product has a value to me. It solves a problem. That aha moment is very important because most of the company never find it, the aha moment for their customer. If they find it, then you think about how to make it. If it works for one guy, then you work for 100 guys and then millions of guys, like become a really sellable product. So really, for startup, it goes back to value. Can you create a value? Can you provide value to companies?